This is Randy Brown. Brian Shannon was an aider from Decatur, that tiny town to the northwest of Fort Worth. Anybody from there will tell you, when it comes to entertainment, there was not much to do growing up except listen to the radio. Luckily, at the time Brian was a kid, he had a bunch of great radio stations to tune into. KLIF, WBAP, KZEW, KTXQ, and KFJZ. Entertaining people was always a part of his life, and most of his teachers agreed he was the class clown. While attending college at Texas Tech, Brian applied that talent to radio station KTXT, and the ride of his life began. A lucky break brought Brian close to home and KEGL Eagle 97 in 1983. It was not long before Hall of Famers Stevens and Pruitt recognized his talents and demanded he step into the producer's role of their show. From there, his presence grew and grew. On a whim, a one-time bit turned into a new persona of sorts, as Brian Shannon became Eddie the Boner Sanchez. Together, the three pushed the envelope, made no apologies, and reigned supreme over the airwaves of KLOL in Houston after their arrival in 1986. He was nice enough to bring friends and listeners along. Their travels took them to hedonism in Jamaica and to London to chat with British rock legends. But for every bit of blue humor, there was a giving and caring side as well. The KLOL Rock and Roll Auction made millions for Houston charities, and hundreds of rides and rallies kept the doors open at the famed Stevens and Pruitt Ranch for abused children and animals. It was a run that would last for 17 years.
Rock 101 KLOL, Stevens and Pruitt.
Here in the audience, in the bleachers, fourth row, center field that we're talking to right now. Sir, could I have your name?
My name is Terry Cummings.
And Terry, is it true that all these diamonds...
Beautiful, Terry.
Beautiful diamond rings you got on. Where did you get those?
IW Marks, of course.
Brian went back to KEGL in Cowtown in 2002, this time as a morning sidekick with fellow KLOL personality Grego, but the station's slide could not be turned around, and so Brian went back to Houston. He was quite excited to hear of the pioneering new FM talker in town, and his old partner Jim Pruitt wanted Brian to sit alongside him. Signal issues plagued the station, and despite their best efforts, he picked up the paper one morning to read that he and the entire staff had been cut loose. That was 7 years ago, and Brian is still waiting for a phone call from management to give him the bad news. The good news was a new FM news station was in the works, and Brian's good work and reputation made him a shoo-in. News 92 FM is making waves and inroads, and Brian Shannon currently serves as editor and contributor to their 24/7 news operation. Today, we congratulate Brian Shannon. Talented, well-versed, still in the game, and a man who made it big by being the Boner. A 2012 inductee of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.